Sounds good. Jonathan Sim, Awards Radar. It is so nice to speak with you both about this show. And so I wanted to ask, was there a moment while reading the script or on set that made you realize that this show was far greater than a typical spy thriller?
Ooh, that's a good question, Jonathan. I feel like the whole concept for me, the way it was laid out, how we are just on the cusp of introducing all of this information we have in our technological world, the way AI is moving at breakneck speed, and how perhaps a spy agency would be able to utilize that information. That to me was interesting from the jump. And because we are experiencing that right now in our daily lives, you can use AI on your computer. There are very significantly more intricate and let's say not devious, but strategically spy like ways to use that information. So I just love that as the thing that kind of drew me in, thinking, well, this could be different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love the it's so wonderfully written. And it's written the scripts are written like a novel, so that it brings you in that in this to find this kind of both complexity of story and of character in television. Even long form television is not the rule. So I
Yeah.
was very excited. I wanted to keep reading it because I wanted to see what happened.
Right. Absolutely. And so this is sort of a nerdy question, but I feel like I'm always interested in an actor's process, specifically what is going through both of your minds right before you hear action?
Well, you want to have a strong sense of your character before the cameras start to roll at any point. And the work that you have to do, I think, on film is a lot of it is homework, so that when you do start shooting, that you are already in your boots, so to speak, and so you don't necessarily have to figure out how and why a character would behave the way that they do. You've perhaps tried to kind of answer some of those questions for you instinctively before the cameras start to roll. So if you're doing your job, I think this is my opinion, that before, like, to answer your question, before you start rolling, you kind of already have a sense of where you are, and you just then give yourself over to the words that you have that come from our writers. So that's the best I think that you can do, is to kind of marry your own preparation and then just say the words that have been prepared for you by our writers.
I think exactly what Brian says, that you do the things you have control over, and you have control over what it is you're saying and what you mean by it. And then you prepare for the real life part of it, which is what happens when the scene begins, because the part that you don't have control over, which is your scene partner, appears, so that then there's real conversation. Something happens in the moment that is mysterious.
Yeah. And so since you both had these extensive careers in film, TV, and stage, I'm wondering, does your approach to acting change depending on what medium you're acting in?
I people ask this question all the time, and I, my answer is always that you fill the available space, so that you don't do anything that's different. It's just that either you're talking to someone 2 feet away, or you're talking to someone 2 feet away and someone 1,000 feet away at the back of the auditorium.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't remember who said this. I think maybe it was James Cagney. I can't remember, but the idea of look them in the eyes and tell the truth. That's pretty good advice, no matter where you are, if you're on a stage or if you're in front of a camera.
Right, absolutely. Now, between the two of you, who do you think would be better at working in espionage?
Ooh, good one.
We have different strengths.
Are you talking personally or our characters? Well, obviously,
You
you're
would
talking about
you
us because our
personally, yeah,
characters are in the spy world. I'm
exactly.
catching up, Jonathan. I'm catching up. I'm going to say Kathy would be way better.
Right. Kathy's got the skills
I
necessary
think
for it.
so. I think so.
I'm not sure that's true. Go the ball the other way.
Hmm.
Brian, Brian, Brian has a wonderful um, um, public persona, it hides depths and depths and depths and depths. That's very useful for spy work.
This is true. This is true. You've got my number, Kathy.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you so much for talking to me about the Copenhagen Test. Congratulations on the show and have an amazing rest of your day.
Thank you. You
Thanks.
too.